Colin confides in Baylen's parents about his upcoming proposal, planning this for a long time. Baylen Out Loud star Colin Dooley shared his proposal plans with Baylen's parents. After 2 years of dating, he and Baylen are now officially engaged. The couple is deeply in love since finding their premarital home didn't take much time. They landed in a beautiful apartment that fulfilled all the reality star's dreams. Baylen is her dad and mom's little princess, whose tics have always made them concerned about her. Even though her siblings have strained relationships with Alan and Julie regarding Bailey's Tourette, they aren't her enemies of her. They love and protect Baylen like anything. With Colin's arrival in Baylen's life, she is never alone. What kind of plans did Colin have in his mind? How did Baylen's parents react to them? Baylen Dupree recently flaunted her engagement ring on Instagram, along with big news for all her fans. In the latest video with TLC, she was thrilled to announce that the network has renewed Baylen Out Loud for another season. The first season is already set to end in March of the first week. Hence, the filming might have started or will begin according to TLC's NDA contract with Baylen and her family. With the show earning a green light, Baylen couldn't contain her excitement to show her happy face. On her left hand and ring finger, she had an oval-shaped diamond ring, which was the engagement ring she got from Colin. The close-up shot impressed netizens the moment they glared at her. An exclusive TLC clip from Baylen Out Loud starred Colin Dooley and Baylen's parents discussing the former's plan to propose to Baylen. Before going into Julie and Alan's big farmland house, he told the camera persons and producers he was worried. He nervously said, "I'm thinking, oh God. What if this is a no?" In the next scene, the camera pans to Alan, questioning Colin about how he plans to execute his romantic proposal. He asked him when it would happen and where he would go down on one knee to propose to his daughter. Colin responds to his soon-to-be father-in-law, saying he has been planning the proposal for a long time. Colin then firmly said that he was aware of Baylen's wish for a beach proposal. Hence, he revealed that he would ask her to marry him when the Dupree family went on holiday. He added that he would love to have his girlfriend's whole family other than her siblings and his own parents. In the meantime, Alan and Julie were left speechless after what Colin had to say to them. While Alan noted that things seemed moving too fast, Julie agreed with her husband's perspective. Looking at the rolling camera, she said, "It's like a runaway train at this point. Are Baylen and Colin still together after Baylen Out Loud Season 1? Most fans have asked if Baylen Dupree and her boyfriend, Colin, are still together after Season 1 of Baylen Out Loud. Being on a reality TV screen has been a new experience for the couple. While Baylen has been a TikToker since 2020, Colin hasn't had much online presence. Baylen introduced him to television to document her Tourette's. Season 1 has been a rough one for both Colin and Baylen. The two made big steps in their relationship and lives. Everything happened so quickly that Baylen's family was awestruck. Even viewers are overwhelmed by everything that has unfolded in the current few episodes. It's great to see the pair do their best for their future. Did they end up sticking to each other? Colin Dooley is a true gentleman who handles Baylen's severe tics and other weird movements. He is a very special person in her life, just like her parents and siblings. Even after they dated for 2 years, he still treats her well and accepts her as her authentic self. He is neither afraid nor embarrassed to say the reality star is his love interest. At first, Baylen wasn't open to the idea of making public appearances because of her obscene tics remarks. She often gets stares that make her feel bad about herself. However, Colin doesn't think much about them since he has stayed unfazed. He doesn't see her as a differently abled person, but as someone normal who he loves the most. He brought Baylen independence, which she had always wished for from her parents. Colin Dooley and Baylen are still very much in love and are continuing as a couple. He was looking for a roommate to be with him in Washington, D.C., so he asked Baylen if she wanted to shift with him. This proposal initially surprised her, but she liked the offer so much that she readily accepted it. However, Baylen's mom, Julie, and dad, Alan, were skeptical about getting along with the plan. Colin understood Baylen's challenges if she started living with him. Also, things won't be the same since she gets the worst tics, which he has yet to witness. Alan, who is very protective of his daughter Baylen, threatened Colin out of concern. But Colin reassured him that he would keep her safe all the time. So even after all the tough discussions and plans, nothing couldn't tear the TLC couple apart. They are going strong and happily in love. Colin and Baylen wear their pajamas every Monday night to watch Baylen Out Loud together. She informed fans about it on her TikTok. It is both of their favorite activities, and as Baylen stated, she keeps her excitement high for Monday. She further revealed that the tension between her dad and Colin is almost over because they both adore her. Baylen Dupree offered scary brain surgery to help with tics. In a world where medical advancements continually push the boundaries of what's possible, we're witnessing an extraordinary story of courage and hope. Today, we delve into the remarkable journey of Baylen Dupree, a young individual whose life has been profoundly impacted by severe tics and who now faces a daunting decision: undergoing potentially life-changing brain surgery. For years, I've lived with these uncontrollable movements and sounds that seem to have a mind of their own. It's like being trapped in your own body, watching helplessly as it does things you can't control. Baylen's condition represents one of the most challenging cases of tic disorders we've encountered. Despite trying numerous conventional treatments, his symptoms have persisted, significantly impacting his quality of life. Tic disorders, particularly when severe, can be incredibly isolating. They affect not just physical movement but also mental health, social relationships, and overall well-being. For Baylen, these challenges became increasingly unbearable as traditional treatments failed to provide relief. Watching our child struggle every single day breaks our hearts. We've tried everything: medications, therapy, alternative treatments, but nothing seemed to work effectively. When the doctors first mentioned brain surgery as an option, we were terrified. But seeing how much Baylen was suffering, we knew we had to consider all possibilities. The proposed surgical procedure, known as deep brain stimulation or DBS, represents a cutting-edge approach to treating severe neurological conditions. While it may sound intimidating, this procedure has shown promising results for patients with treatment-resistant tic disorders. Deep brain stimulation involves implanting electrodes in specific areas of the brain that are responsible for motor control. These electrodes are connected to a pacemaker-like device placed under the skin in the chest, which sends electrical impulses to regulate abnormal brain activity. While the prospect of brain surgery naturally evokes fear and anxiety, Baylen and his family found themselves at a crossroads. The potential benefits of DBS needed to be carefully weighed against the risks associated with such an invasive procedure. I was scared too, but the improvement in my quality of life has been worth it. It's not an easy decision, but sometimes you have to take calculated risks for a chance at normalcy. As Baylen prepared for this life-altering decision, he embraced various coping mechanisms to manage his anxiety and maintain hope. His journey serves as an inspiration to many facing difficult medical choices. This isn't just about me anymore. If sharing my story can help even one person feel less alone in their struggles, then everything will be worth it. Join us as we follow Baylen Dupree's courageous path through uncertainty and hope. In our upcoming segments, we'll explore the science behind DBS, examine the emotional impact on patients and families, and witness firsthand the transformative power of modern medicine. To fully appreciate Baylen's situation, we must first understand the complex nature of tic disorders. These involuntary movements or vocalizations stem from deep within the brain's neural circuitry. Tourette syndrome and other tic disorders typically emerge in childhood and can vary greatly in severity. While many cases respond well to medication and behavioral therapy, approximately 10 to 20% of patients experience treatment-resistant symptoms. For those with severe tics, daily life becomes an exhausting battle. Simple tasks become monumental challenges, and social interactions often lead to embarrassment and isolation. Traditional treatment approaches include antipsychotic medications, cognitive behavioral therapy, habit reversal training, and various alternative therapies. However, each comes with its own set of limitations and side effects. We've exhausted nearly every available treatment option for Baylen. While some provided temporary relief, none offered long-term success. This led us to consider more innovative approaches like deep brain stimulation. The concept of modulating brain activity to treat neurological disorders isn't new. However, recent technological advances have made procedures like DBS safer and more precise than ever before. What began as experimental procedures in the mid-20th century has evolved into a sophisticated treatment option backed by decades of research and clinical trials. Today's DBS procedures utilize state-of-the-art imaging technology and computer-guided systems, allowing surgeons to target specific brain regions with remarkable accuracy. As we continue Baylen's story, we'll explore the intricate details of the DBS procedure itself, examining both its potential benefits and inherent risks. Stay tuned for an in-depth look at this groundbreaking treatment option. Deep brain stimulation represents a remarkable fusion of neuroscience, engineering, and surgical expertise. To understand why this procedure might help Baylen, we must first explore the complex brain circuits involved in tic generation. Research shows that tic disorders involve dysfunction in several key brain regions, including the basal ganglia and thalamus. These areas are crucial for regulating voluntary movement and impulse control. In individuals with severe tics, these neural circuits become hyperactive, sending constant signals that result in involuntary movements or vocalizations. DBS aims to interrupt this abnormal signaling pattern. Using advanced imaging techniques, we create a detailed map of the patient's brain. This allows us to precisely target the areas responsible for tic generation while minimizing impact on surrounding tissue. The DBS procedure itself is performed in two main stages. First, while the patient remains awake, surgeons implant thin electrodes into the targeted brain regions. This conscious state allows real-time monitoring of motor responses. Patient comfort and safety are our top priorities throughout the procedure. Advanced anesthesia techniques ensure minimal discomfort while maintaining necessary awareness. Following successful electrode placement, a second procedure connects these leads to a pulse generator implanted near the collarbone. This device functions similarly to a heart pacemaker, delivering controlled electrical stimulation. The beauty of DBS lies in its adjustability. We can fine-tune stimulation parameters to achieve optimal symptom control while managing any side effects. Clinical studies demonstrate significant tic reduction in properly selected candidates, with many experiencing improved quality of life and reduced medication needs. Understanding the science behind DBS helps ease some of my anxiety. Knowing that experts have spent years perfecting this technique gives me confidence in moving forward. In our next segment, we'll explore the emotional and psychological aspects of preparing for such a significant medical procedure. Join us as we continue Baylen's inspiring journey toward healing and hope. Beyond the technical aspects of deep brain stimulation lies an equally important dimension: the profound emotional and psychological journey faced by patients and their families. Deciding to undergo brain surgery requires immense mental fortitude. Patients must process complex emotions ranging from hope and excitement to fear and uncertainty. We work with the entire family unit, helping them navigate this challenging period. Each member experiences different concerns and expectations that need addressing. To prepare emotionally, Baylen has embraced multiple therapeutic approaches. These practices not only help manage anxiety, but also build resilience for the road ahead. I remember feeling like I was standing at a crossroads between fear and hope. Talking to others who've been through it really helped put things in perspective. Connecting with others facing similar decisions creates a powerful sense of community and understanding. No one should face this journey alone. I've seen how much Baylen struggled, but I've also witnessed his incredible strength. Knowing he's considering this big step shows just how determined he is to reclaim his life. While insurance typically covers DBS for approved conditions, there are still practical considerations. We help families understand all aspects, from procedure costs to long-term maintenance. As Baylen moves closer to his surgery date, his comprehensive preparation demonstrates the importance of addressing both physical and emotional needs. This holistic approach maximizes the chances of successful outcomes.